Hello everybody, it's Wednesday. Mother and I just got back from the grocery store and I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and turn it on and talk a little bit while I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. So I had to change my grease out of this pan. So I'm going to put a sunflower, because that gets a little dregs in the bottom from those things you fry. And then I take a coffee filter to clean the bottom of my grease out. I'll get me a piece of tin foil. A lot of times I'll just take a Walmart sack, which would do just as good, I think. So if you put that Walmart sack or that piece of foil, if it's hot grease, down in your garbage disposal in the sink and then pour it in there, that's a good way. But this way I'm going to just clean that sediment out and pitch it in the garbage. It's sure hot today. I did those habanero peppers. I chopped some of them and put them in bags in the freezer. I thought we all didn't care about seeing that. But I got it in my lungs, and now I feel like Mr. Pepperhead. I can't hardly talk. I'll get a little drink of water here in a minute. Thank y'all for your beautiful comments, and even I've had people send me photographs on the email, justmevividgene@yahoo.com, of their wonderful creations from my video. I had a beautiful blackberry cobbler photograph in the skillet, and it made me hungry. Y'all keep saying, well, I make y'all hungry. Well, y'all are making me hungry, because I don't have that all the time. Okay, now I'm going to rinse that and get that cleaned out, so we have a pot, a little pot cleaned. Now see, that's clean. Now we can transfer back. That's why I miss my in-counter cooker that I used to have, a fryer, because, you know, that was always so easy. You could drain it, you had it right there if you need to fry something. And we're going to use that pan also. But right now we're going to get this pan hot. That's what we're going to do, y'all. Yes, it is. Let me get some water for my throat. Let me get some water, some Texas Ozarka water. That's good water. It's got the blueberry, not blueberry, blue bonnets on the bottle. Or at least the lake. Yeah, there's blue bonnets in hill country and the lakes. Okay, I got that going. Now these are my $1.99 egg roll wrappers. You have to keep them in the freezer or in the fridge. That's the ones I told y'all on that video. I watch the date, and I know when they're going to mark these down that little country grocery store, because I don't think we have any Asian cooks. I'm not sure. There might be some. Besides me, I cook Asian. Occasionally. I got some stuff for tomorrow. I got some Ritz crackers. And I got a diced tomato. Because we're going to need that for our tomorrow list. Tomorrow I'll tell you what we're going to make tomorrow. Not today, but tomorrow. Let me get these put in here. In the freezer. Well, that oil is heating up. Let me get our big, gotta have a big bowl, y'all. Have y'all noticed I'm always losing something? I really am. But that's the way life, oh gosh, the way life goes. I'll get some of these coffee filters. I have to get some more out. I'll get them and put them in my big bowl. Gotta have a big bowl. Because this is actually when we fry these. Got every size of these things in the world. I don't know which one. Probably will use this one. That one is probably the one that we will use. It looks like it's getting pretty hot. Shovel them like cards. We're going to play some egg roll poker. I just cut those. Didn't do very well on that one, did I? Usually I cut them right there, but I used a big knife too. I shouldn't have. I need to get the chef knife out, honey. Now, I don't want to turn. I'm going to turn that down just a hair because I don't want. You can make these real thin if you want to, but Mama likes them. Now this is what I make. Why I'm making so many. This is the way I make her chips. For her to sit and watch television. If I was serving this in the restaurant, I would cut them real tiny and make like a little bird's nest. And you can put all kinds of little things in there and drop them in grease. Okay, that one wasn't very straight there at the end, but I'm sorry. Yeah, that paddle, you have to shuffle them. Shuffle them. Get that flour on that egg, egg papers, so that you can. That makes a lot, y'all, when it's ripe. See there? Make good egg noodles and make. Well, I don't use them in soup or nothing like that because they're too flimsy. They're all right once you fry them. So we'll take about that many and just drop it down in there. Turn our fire back up. You just want to keep moving them because they'll burn. Now, let's move this. Let's move this. Let's get our bigger bowl. That could be a little harder. That grease could have been a little hotter. We'll just let it fry for a second longer. Because you want it, usually when I want it is when I drop them in there, I want them to immediately stand up in the choir and shout hallelujah. See, that's bubbling down and I've got it on high, so you're going to have to get the oil up, Billie Jean. And with this being newer oil, most of it, you're going to have a light colored chip until it gets some of that flour and stuff in there. Those are real light colored noodles, but they're done. Just have to check them once they cool off. Let's see, we'll just go ahead and put in a couple little batches. Just keep moving them. You smell that flour and the eggs cooking with these. So yeah, you can get some ranch dressing, any kind of spices you like. You can take some olive oil, avocado oil, put it in the sprayer. Spray these and put your spices on them. I've even put curry on them when I was doing Indian food as chips. But Mommas, I just put a little salt on them. And she eats these, and at least I know they don't have all that shelf-stable junk in there. And I know how much salt and all that. Now those are getting better because the grease is getting hotter. Okay, I'll come back after I get all these done. Okay, I wanted to come on and tell you, once these get a little cooked, go ahead and add you some salt under the layers, under each layer. After about two cooks, then add a little bit of salt to each one. I got these little spider things on the side, so if you don't have one, you need to get them because they're absolutely fabulous in the kitchen. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I've just now put our last batch in there. I've took these out and salted them a little each time. But that would have been good if I had put a little garlic salt on them, or a little well, you just whatever you decide, whatever flavor you like. You have to move that, or those things will get kind of in a ball, and then none of them will get done. They become kind of crunchy on one end, and then they might be flimsy to the tooth on the other end. You don't want that. We can go ahead and turn a little bit of fire off. We'll get these. Let them cook a second. I told you I'd make a big bowl of chips. And so what I do is I let these cool off. I put them in a Ziploc bag. And I put them in there. I have a little box that's got her medicine and stuff she might need. And I put a little bag of these chips in there for her. So she can have them whenever she wants them. Salt, salt, salt. Not a lot, but enough. So you can hear them. So you can hear them. There's our fried wontons. Boy, they smell good. They look good. They're crunchy. Look, they just crunch. Oh, they're hot. Hot, hot. Here's another hot. Hear them? Okay, we got that done. We got that done. Messy mess, but I can't worry about that right now. I'm going to move my hot pan of grease. Move that over here. Kinda. I'll be right back. I'm going to get this cleaned up a little bit. I can't cook with it dirty. Now y'all, I said for this egg drop soup, that's what I'm going to make. That's what Mother wanted with her fried wontons. I said, okay, well, I'll make you some. Because we have to drive a long ways to get it, or no one will deliver it. But we have to drive a long ways to another town to eat it anywhere that I like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little great value onions just to my pan, not a lot, just maybe for flavor, about that much. Now why I'm doing it this way is because when I went to the grocery store, I looked and they didn't have any green onions with the green, fresh onions, so I didn't want to go to Walmart. And here's our garlic. We've got our onions, so let's just pop us a head of garlic here and get that opened up. Get that piece of fresh garlic out. That makes all the difference in the world. We don't need that piece, so we can put that back in our garlic holder. Because I do have one that hangs on the wall. I think a whole clove might be a lot. But it would help y'all if I turn the stove on. Why don't y'all tell me, turn the burner on, Billie Jean? You're forgetting something. I did. I really did. I really did. I'll tell you, I've got my little... Probably be better than me having to chop all that. But you know, in this kitchen, I have no room, so I don't know which drawer, because I don't use it very often. My throat is still messed up. I wonder if it's my little... I've been looking for that little pie, thing, or like stuffed noodles out of it. Here it is right in front of me. I'll tell you, that cataract surgery didn't do very much for me. Well, I can put the garlic in this. I should have done it to start with, but sometimes my friend Billie Jean doesn't use his brain. But like Amelia Earhart, where is everybody? You know, Amelia Earhart, I thought they found her plane a few months ago or something. I think that was a big conspiracy back then. I'm not so sure. I'm glad I found that little mole. That little mole. Okay, now we put our garlic in there. I'm going to just squeeze that down in that pan. On the other side, you don't have all that old junk on there. You just take your knife and And then the old hull is in there, see? We'll clean that. Okay, let's kind of calm that down a minute. I don't have any cornstarch, y'all. I told you the other day to remind me when I went to the store. Well, nobody reminded me, so we're going to use flour. All I can do. If you have cornstarch, use it. In a bowl, 2 tablespoons. But with flour, I'm only do 1 tablespoon. But with cornstarch, you use 2 tablespoons. Also, egg drop soup is not egg drop soup unless it has ginger in it. So I'm going to put a half teaspoon of ginger into my pot. Just let it kind of put a little water in. Give it a bit of hot water, just a little bit of hot water. I don't want much. Gotta get that ginger infused into those onions, and that's the way Billie Jean does it. Okay, let me put that on lower down. Now let's put about 3 tablespoons of cold water. Now I've got mine that I was drinking out of, and y'all can grab that in there or do whatever, but I'm going to use it. I wouldn't if y'all were here, but Mother is smothering me, and I don't want to have to waste water. There's 3 tablespoons of water. And a little whisk, little whisky. Now don't put that, when you're mixing flour or cornstarch or something, don't put it in hot water or room temp. Get cold water. If not, you'll get big old lumps. We'll set that back. Now we're going to whisk our eggs, 2 eggs. And probably a little okay, that looks pretty big. The eggs look pretty well beaten. And we got our onions right here. So I just bought low price chicken broth, the gluten free. Not that I worry about it. And this is not the low sodium, because I think low sodium makes this recipe taste terrible. I think that's 3 in that box, but I'm going to tell you, since I'll measure it, say about half. Let's do 1. That's about, what's in there, 1, 2, out just a little bit, but we'll turn it up. It'll be all right. Let's get that. Kind of get this cleaned up a little bit. Well, that's getting up to, well, that's starting to heat a little more. Look at that mess, Betty Jean. You got mustard, you got, not mustard, ginger powder all over everything. Billie Jean is one of the nastiest people you'd ever want to meet. I don't know though how he even does it. He's so tired all the time. Okay, let's get that to high heat until it's simmering. I'll be back. Okay, we've had that simmering on high until it started simmering, so let's turn that down to medium low. Gradually stir so you don't stick. You just got to keep stirring. Okay, now remember we've got our little flour water, so you want to stir and pour your flour water as you're going to thicken that. Now see, if you do that right, you won't have no lumps in that. It'll get glossy. This will get glossy. You have to stir it gently but continuously. Now see, this is where you look and see. I think we're going to need one more tablespoon of flour. Cold water. Just stir that around, get that cold water stirring around. You want to stir it really good. Don't have no lumps, remember? And a glass bowl, I've always put in a glass bowl and it never got. Unless I used hot water or warm water. I use ice cold water out of that. Okay. Now let me turn that up just a little bit, medium heat. That chicken broth is not that value, great value, not, yeah, it's kind of like great value, but it's something else. It's another value. I was going to have this harvest potato soup that I get at Aldi's. It's a Duschkusche, authentic German food potato soup, and it's good. I'll save Mother the egg drop soup because I like it, but I'd rather have a potato soup. I even like this base, and I chop up little tiny potatoes with this and the egg, everything just like I do, but okay, let me get that up to boil. Let me turn it on up so it can kind of get on up there. You want it to kind of get on up there, because that eggs, when you drop this eggs in there, the egg drop, you've got to have it. Okay, I think that's gotten thicker. Let's let it just kind of simmer, boil. Yeah, it's getting thicker now. Takes a little bit for that flour and even cornstarch to decide it wants to boil. And we'll salt this in a little bit. Let me get my ladle. I had my Melmac ladle, but I think I'll use my other ladle. I can't find nothing today. Y'all, it's nothing new though. Y'all should know that by now. Y'all should know that. But eventually we do find it. That's just with life. You just do all you can do. So now what I do is I just take I take my egg and I put it in my ladle. And then I start stirring. Now, I just go in a circle around my pan and stir. See those strings of eggs going in there? Now, let's put the rest of our 2 eggs in there and get that, turn that back down, because you're going in a circle. Remember, go in a circle. Alright, let's turn that on off, because the eggs are cooked, and we're going to put some salt. Let's put about a teaspoon of that salt. And do our pepper too. I usually use white pepper, but I'm not going to worry with it. It's just at home. Put some pepper in there. Okay, the piece of resistance, what I mean the best thing that makes egg drop soup, besides it looking like egg drop soup, is you buy Coca-Cola sesame seed, pure sesame oil. Now that kind of gives you that burnt flavor. It says 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. I'm going to put a tablespoon because I like it. So that'll give you that smell, that look, that if you want it, it's kind of a burny smell. But you can see that oil floats a little bit, but it'll finally okay, we'll get this out of the way. And let's get a dish for Mother's food. I'll rinse this ladle off good, because we had raw eggs in it. Right. Now what I do on this is I use my parsley, not right now, but I will in a minute. Let's get a little tablespoon just so I know if that's got enough salt and if it's going to get blowed, because I'm not going to burn my mouth. What's good? It is good. Y'all, that's good. I bet y'all think Billie Jean just says that to appease her. No, if it tastes like you know what, I tell you, it tastes like you know what, let's try something else. I'm just that way. I'm honest as the day is long. Okay. We have gotten that going. Let's get Mama hers. See those big, huge, wonderful pieces of egg in there? Now with that, I'll put just a little bit of parsley on the top of it. So that's the egg drop soup. Let me get her little tray. Let me get her little tray. We'll clean this spoon off. I'll put her tray right there so y'all can witness this evolution of a 92-year-old's tray by her loving son. Well, that sounded pretty good, y'all. Okay, I've got to get a bowl. Got to get a bigger bowl. No, I've just got to get a bowl for her, because I'll use one of these salsa bowls. And these, okay, that doesn't really match, but we're okay. See how crunchy? You hear them? Just crunch, crunch, crunch. And I put it to the side, and she can crunch on them or do however she wants. So today, we are having, Mother is having, and I may, after I looked at it, I may have it also. I really may. Put her a spoon. She won't like that big spoon. I have to come back in the kitchen and get her a tiny spoon. And I've got oodles of tiny spoons. Gosh, I didn't turn the air up in here today. There's a spoon. And one of those chips. So today we're going to have egg drop soup, fried wonton. I wish y'all were here to eat with us, because this is one of Mother's probably favorite meals in the whole world. She loves it. I love making it for her. I hope you'll make it for your family. It's very easy. Just follow my directions. And don't forget the piece de resistance, as I say. The main highlight of this is get you a bottle of sesame oil at Walmart, because that's what gives an egg drop soup the original flavor that we all know and love. God bless y'all. God bless you. God bless Mom and me. God bless this world. Wish y'all was here to have some of this with us. We'll talk to you soon.